Well, I'm Kay Faraday, and I'm A-OK. That was a really long blink. I think that's on purpose. Not you two, please. I thought I'd made it clear that I... Phoenix's thing is that he's like... Phoenix like makes the client feel that he's there no matter what, and there's like all these really pretty moments where like Maya tears up and she's like, thank you for helping me. And this guy's like, I just don't trust you. And Edward's like, I told you to trust me already. I already told you I believe in you. I just think that's funny. But when you stare at me like that, I get so terrified. That's what I'm saying. Edgeworth is like too cool to be a hero of the week, you know? Oh my god! Oh my god! Is that the monkey from Bear? Oh my god, I can't even talk. Am I tweaking? Is that the monkey? Money the monkey? Oh my god. I'm obsessed with him. Alright, yo! Welcome back. It's been like 7 months or something crazy since I've played this, but I've been busy with PhD stuff, so I haven't had a chance. But I was missing this game a lot, and I really, really, really wanted to play it, but I didn't want to play without recording it, so I figured I wanted to maybe try to start this back up. I know I'm smack in the middle of this second case, and I don't remember what was going on, but I'm excited. I remember there was a dog with a bell in the hallway. I remember the little conductor kid and the judge, and I think the warden is guilty, and there is a assassin with a big bald head and a really cute dog. And this whole, I remember the setting for this is this prison that has like a zoo prison, so all the prisoners have an animal. Cute, really good idea. I fuck with this case a lot. I really am into this one. I have no earthly idea what the voices I was doing were, but so it goes. What exactly is she up to? I think we were talking to Winner and his mom, and I don't know if that's his mom. Is that his mom? Verity Gavel, Truth Gavel, and Eustace Winner. Rookie prosecutor. Okay. This guy had kind of a goofy voice. Fact 1. The murder weapon was some sort of metal blade. Fact 2. Potentially deadly blades are strictly controlled within the prison walls, as we both know. From these two facts, I concluded that the weapon in question must have come from outside. It must have been hidden inside the chess set. That's what I think anyway. And since the only prints we found on the chess set belonged to the victim and the suspect, I'd say it's blindingly obvious who brought the weapon in and used it, wouldn't you? If nothing else, his testimony this time is a little more comprehensible than the last. Another winning deduction brought to you by Winner Eustace, prosecutor extraordinaire. More like one winner, useless prosecutor extraordinaire. Yeah, that was not your all-time best burn, sir. But how could anyone even hide a weapon inside that chess set? Yeah, good question. Why don't you take a look for yourselves? Inside the chessboard? I suppose there's only one way to find out. So, I remember there was... I'm saying I remember. I went back and watched my video loosely. I absolutely would have no clue if I didn't do that. But I remember from an hour ago when I was watching, there was the bald dude had a dog with 3 heads, chess piece. There's nothing in here but chess pieces. Anyways, when that happened, I remember thinking, and I just had the thought again, that it seems like you would smuggle something in through that weird dog chess piece. That laugh is really something. He seems pretty convinced the weapon was hidden here somewhere. I better take a closer look. False bottom? Ah. What? The stuff lining the top opens a flap door. Whoa, there's plenty of room in there. Indeed, more than enough to hide something like a small knife. Okay. Ingenious, no? The killer snuck the weapon in by... Huh. Ha! What do you mean, ha? Let me finish, will you? I fear you've not been listening, Mr. Winner. Or perhaps you've simply forgotten. The detention center is outfitted with a security gate. Huh? Oh my god, his hair's sticking straight up. I mean, yeah, and... The security gate acts as a metal detector, Eustace. We must pass through another one on our way into the prison itself, remember? Aha! Yes. Yes, that's right. Of course I remember. I'm interested in why they did not let us find that objection, because it's insubstantial and they're about to counter it. It would have been impossible to smuggle a metal blade through such a gate and into the facility. That is something that I appreciate about later Phoenix and Phoenix and Apollo Justice games and stuff like that, and Edgeworth here, is sometimes in like case 1-1, they're like, do you remember how to click the court record? And then as the game goes and as you goes from like a rookie attorney to a not so rookie, he starts to have more agency and he needs less. They don't really demonstrate this. It's probably the same number, but there's just like this feeling of when there's easy objections, Phoenix takes over and will do it for you, and it's kind of cool. And then when it's time to like kind of think and figure out something more complex, then you get to thumb through the court record and the player gets to do it. Which would seem like a rather large hole in your reasoning, Mr. Winner. Oh, I'm stupid. She's like a priestess or saint. That's like her, that's why there's an organ, that's why she's doing that pose right there, and that's why she's wearing those long white robes. Maybe I knew that already. That gate is only used to scan people. Any items they bring into the facility are only subject to a cursory check. Are you telling me that the chess set wasn't put through the metal detector? It should have been. Alas, it seems the cards have grown a little lax in that regard of late. Yeah, that's the cadence that demanded. Okay. I'm glad we're getting new information. We don't have to figure out what the hell Frank saw it did, because gun to my head. Very good. Thank you, Gavel. It was my pleasure. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would be so kind as to begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? It's like she's holding a trial. Well, no matter. Let's see how well this ingenious deduction of Mr. Winner's holds up, shall we? I have a question, and I'm not really approaching this like I know, but where is the murder weapon? I'm asking. We might have found it. I don't know where it is. Fact 1, the murder weapon was some sort of metal blade. Is that for sure? I thought the dog bit his neck or something. A metal blade, you say? And do you have any evidence to support this? You mean you didn't even look at the victim's injuries? Why am I not surprised, you third rate? The fatal blow was a stab wound to the neck, and it was delivered by a knife-like blade. That much is absolutely beyond doubt. It appears that they're not yet aware of a certain other piece of information. The dog. Lost for words, are we? Then I'll just keep going. My brilliant deductions don't end there, you know. Fact 2. Potentially deadly blades are strictly controlled within the prison walls, as we both know. From these two facts, I concluded that the weapon in question must have come from the outside. Yeah, I'm just scrolling through like a bud. What am I doing? Potentially deadly blades. I'm gonna press just because I don't really know what's going on, but the fact that such objects are strictly controlled doesn't mean that they're actually forbidden. Well, no. I mean, some of the prisoners used scissors to cut the animal's hair, and that avenue of inquiry was conscientiously pursued, as you no doubt recall, Eustace. Yes, only one bladed object had been signed out by a single prisoner at the time of the incident. So he had things to carve. Anyways, I suppose he's referring to the scissors that Mr. Sot was using. So there's no way the blade in question came from inside the prison. From these two facts, I concluded the weapon in question must have come from outside. Outside? What does that mean exactly? Haha, the opposite of inside. Was that an attempt at clarification or a put down? Because it clearly accomplished neither. What Eustace means to say is that it must have been brought from outside the prison by Mr. Saint. Honestly, Edgeworth, if you haven't figured that out by now, then you're an even bigger loser than I thought. The feeling is mutual, believe me. Mr. Saint clearly brought the murder weapon into the prison. The question is, how? Okay. But no murder weapon was found at the crime scene, and there's nothing inside the chessboard either. I'm curious, Mr. Winner, do you also have thoughts about where this weapon might be? I'm saying! Well, the perpetrator must have hidden it somewhere in the prison. Wrong voice for him, I was thinking. Is there a problem with his claim? Must have hidden it inside the prison. Well, fuck it, let's ball. They hid it somewhere inside the prison. That seems unlikely. In fact, I can prove that's not the case. What evidence suggests the murder weapon isn't hiding somewhere in the prison? That's a good question. Man, this game looks great. Also, I'm having fun. I love this game. Okay, so it's obviously this. But before I move on, I just want to say this game is so fun. I'm really enjoying this case. I was enjoying watching myself play this case. And that seems kind of lame, but I was watching it to catch myself back up on what was going on. And also, a lot of these things, like, you play them and it has some, like, memory in your brain. Like, it's taking up some amount of gigabytes of space. And then half a year passes and you're like, what the hell happened in Ace Attorney 2? So it's kind of cool to be able to go back and watch myself think and react and do these little stupid voices. And I'm really having fun with this. It's really making these is low effort and fun and chill. And I don't expect it to be anything because it's just for me and for fun. But I'm really, really enjoying this game. And I'm really enjoying every time people watch and say something about it. And I get to watch myself a year later or half a year later or whatever. It's cool. Ace Attorney is really, really cool. And this is like beyond just being the only new Ace Attorney in a long time. This is fucking fun and great. And I'm really, really into it. Anyways, it's the dog. JK! I'm starting to worry about your memory, Mr. Winner. Didn't you and the good judge search the prison with Warden Lagarde? And didn't you fail to find a likely murder weapon? That's good. Oh, well, yes, but I guess we just missed it, that's all. Wow, way to undermine yourself. You're saying your search wasn't entirely thorough? You, the so-called winning rookie? Stop making fun of me! That was a different noise. Isn't it normally a crack? Eustace. Calm yourself. Breathe deeply. Are they brother and sister? Do not allow your opponent to get under your skin. You're right. I'm a winner. Why should I let a third-rate loser like Edge Worthless here get under my skin? Pretty funny. I'll thank you to leave my name out of this. Well, I'm Kay Faraday, and I'm A-OK! That was a really long blink. I think that's on purpose. Not you two, please. Look, it's simple. Since my first-rate investigation didn't turn up any weapon, it means there wasn't one to find, which leaves only one possibility. The murderer took the weapon with him when he left the prison. That's why we couldn't find it when we looked, obviously. Okay, I have a note. But what you're proposing is impossible, and this proves why the culprit couldn't have possibly taken the weapon out of the prison with them. So I am filling in some gaps here. I suspect he left the chess set. Maybe I have to look at that to confirm that that's true. It belonged to Knight and has a secret compartment. So anyways, if he didn't take the chessboard with him, which I'm guessing he didn't, then the only way to have smuggled the knife out would be on his body, which he couldn't do. More memory trouble, Mr. Winner. Now you're forgetting things you yourself said. Are you making fun of me? Again? Oh, so you remember what I said. But perhaps you might have been better served by remembering this. Oh, what's that? Dude, are you fucking serious? Wait, does he seriously not remember? It would certainly seem that way. There is a security gate at each of the entrances to the detention center and the prison proper. Coming from the prison, anyone leaving the facility would have had to pass through both of them. 2 gates, both fitted with metal detectors. Oh wait, now I remember. Looks like he got his memory back. So, as you can see, there's no way anyone could have taken a weapon through both gates. And therefore, there is no way the murder weapon could have left the building. Oh! In which case, Mr. Edgeworth, perhaps you would care to tell us where you think the murder weapon might be. That's a great question. It is still here on the premises. That's the only plausible conclusion to have been drawn. So, but that, if we're saying the murder weapon's here somewhere, then the only thing that, it's still possible that it got brought in with the chess set, you know what I mean? It just, we gotta find out where it is. But we searched the prison from top to bottom and couldn't find anything. Because you were never going to find anything to begin with. Not when you were laboring under the misconception that it's a blade you were looking for. Yeah, we know the truth about what happened to Mr. Knight. We've seen it with our own eyes. I don't remember. That is quite a claim. I assume you have the evidence to support it. What is the weapon that was used to commit the crime? Take a look at this, Judge Gravel, and the weapon used in this case will become clear. A glove! The only thing I can think of is that it was the dog, because Saw It said it was the dog. But maybe it's just me, I'm being like conspiracy brained, but I've played a bunch of Ace Attorney, and it has a language it likes to use. That dog, I don't think they would have shown the dog tearing his throat out. I think the dog was grabbing something. This is footage taken from a security camera trained on Knight's holding cell. Now, watch it for yourselves and see. Boy, I don't remember this shit either. Oh, hell no. What the hell was that? So, again, that's not the dog. I would bet my life on it. Maybe it's another animal, but, it doesn't make sense to me that that would be the dog. It's too blurry. It's too weird. What? But how? This footage captures the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. More than sufficient proof of how he really died, wouldn't you say? Yes, it is certainly significant. So, now we know that Knight was, in fact, killed in his cell by a vicious dog. A dog that moved the victim's body to the prison workshop post-mortem. That probably popped like crazy. Post-mortem. He does have a neck brace on. I feel like I tried that earlier and I got rejected, but what do you mean exactly that he bit a hole in this guy's neck? Where did he get killed? Whatever. No, not whatever. This is super relevant. Killed by a stab wound to the throat. Like, what's the cause of death? Whatever. He has a neck brace, but it's not on. I feel like I am an amnesiac who woke up in the middle of this case and just has to figure out what's going on without alerting anybody. We know this thanks to an eyewitness who saw the dog in the workshop when the body was discovered. Of course, I think we can all agree that there is no way the dog could have planned such a crime itself. Indeed, I fear it may be his handiwork after all. Yeah, I don't think that shit at all. That's quite enough of that, Mr. Edgeworth. Frankly, I still think it's the warden because she's not suspicious and has had no interaction with this case at all so far. It's her. Judge Gavel, you are correct that this footage is an important piece of evidence, but it also raises an important new question. A question that I suspect you have also been asking yourself. She's right. There is one major problem with my version of events. The black dog, the one that belongs to one of the inmates, how did it move between the holding cells and the prison proper at will? Oh, dumbass. How do we answer that one, Edgeworth? The truth is, I don't know yet. Of course not. Can it, Wonder Boy? You didn't even notice there was a problem. Is her top knot supposed to look like a samurai hilt? Or like the wrapping around the bottom of the sword? Until the defense provides an adequate explanation, the court cannot accept your line of logic. That is all. This court is adjourned. That sound effect's different, isn't it? It's supposed to be a crack, and right now it's like a bong. Court is no longer in session, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would be so kind as to leave the courtroom. Court was never in session in the first place. Once again, this court is a... We may not have all the answers yet, but you haven't explained anything either regarding Mr. Saint. What do you mean? Just as we don't yet know how the dog made it into one of the detention center's holding cells, you can't know how Mr. Saint could have made it inside the detention center, let alone the prison, either. He would have been allowed as far as the visitor's room to see his friend, but no further. So it's hard for me to conceive how he could have committed a crime in the place he had no access to. Judge Gavel, I believe it's your turn to provide some proof. Proof that Simeon Saint was able to enter the prison. Haha. You wish for the court to provide you with proof? Highly irregular, but very well. What? They actually have something? Now seems like as good a time as any. And I suppose you have been kind enough to share your own theories on the case. What's she building up to here? Mr. Edgeworth, I suspect you don't know what Mr. Saint does for a living, so allow me to fill you in. He is a circus performer. A what? Oh shit, I figured out how he got into the prison. Yes, perhaps you've heard of the Very Big Circus? Oh, don't be silly, darling. Of course I was. Yesterday was a very important day, after all. Important in what way exactly? A big meeting of some kind, perhaps? A meeting? Heavens, no. I couldn't think of anything worse. No, yesterday the circus came to visit. You see it now, I assume. As I am sure you are aware, a show was held yesterday for the prisoners' entertainment. A show featuring animals and performers, performed by the members of the Very Big Circus. Is that Larry Butts? Hello? So, does that mean Mr. Saint? Yes, Mr. Saint was allowed inside the prison as part of that show. A fact that has been confirmed beyond reasonable doubt. Oh! She held on to that fact until the very last possible moment. She let me run with my own theory, and only afterwards did she use it to reveal the truth. Wait. But out, Gavel. I have him right where I want him. Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may, while the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating, don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor? That must be why she steered him onto a different topic back then, too. Yeah, I got you good, didn't I, you third-rate prosecutor? This has nothing to do with you. Gentlemen, this court is well and truly adjourned. If I may offer a word of advice, Mr. Edgeworth. Your conduct as a prosecutor is already in question. You would do well to remember that you were removed from this case for that precise reason. What are you trying to say? That the committee reserves the right to confiscate your badge at any time. Should you wish to retain it, you would do well to avoid crossing paths with us again. Is that a threat? The goddess of justice is compassionate, Mr. Edgeworth, but she is not endlessly forgiving. Oh, and one last thing. You are no defense attorney. Abandon this foolish pretense. Thank you for your concern, but I do not abandon anything. What I start, I finish. I love him. I love him because he's cool in a way that Phoenix isn't, but he's very stubborn and foolish in a kind of similar way. Like, he kind of is Phoenix but cool. Phoenix but smart. I know Phoenix is smart. Well, do try to remember that the two jobs are not one and the same, and that a defense attorney is expected to develop something of a bond with their client. Next time, finding out your client's real occupation might be a good place to start. Now, I really must be going. May the goddess of justice watch over you all. She's cool, extremely cool. Oh man, this is the first time I've seen the chibis today. This game is so good. So Simeon lied to us. Hi, Eddie Fender. Not just you two. Guy took me for a ride too. What's his deal? Whoa. You're not having second thoughts about all this, are you, Milesy boy? Sure, Judge Gavella's a tough cookie, but that doesn't mean you could just give up the ghost. The defense never rests, as a wise man once said. And that goes for associates, too. Don't worry, Fender. I have no intention of resting. Nevertheless, our assumption that Mr. Saint couldn't have entered the prison has been proven false, which means we'll need to restart our investigation from square one, I'm afraid. Oh, let's keep going. I have to. I'm enjoying this a lot. I wonder how far into this we are. Yeah, but just based on his look, I really don't know what the hell he does in the circus. His design is weird, isn't it? I'm really ready to eat crow and say that the design is actually amazing because he's gonna turn into a juggler or something, but like, I don't get the... He doesn't have to have a thing, but it seems like they're going for something that I just am not getting. Like, I wouldn't describe Eddie Fender as having like a thing. He just is like dressed in a way that is kind of interesting. Like, I don't think everybody has to have like a costume, but this guy seems like he's wearing a costume, and one that I just don't get. Now, what the hell is this guy's voice? I'm running out of voices. You withheld information from me. Why? I didn't withhold anything, or at least I didn't mean to. Okay, so you are a member of Very Big Circus, right? No, I mean yes, but no. I'm not really a member. I'm still new. That's irrelevant. You're still a member. Beep. Dude, come on, bro. Let's try this again. Why didn't you tell us? Because it would have looked so suspicious. Me being a performer in the circus show and me being friends with Bronco. I thought that if anybody found out, no one would believe I was innocent. Not even you, Kay. How do you know Kay? I thought I'd made it clear that Phoenix's thing is that he's like... Phoenix like makes the client feel that he's there no matter what, and there's like all these really pretty moments where like Maya tears up and she's like, "Thank you for helping me." And this guy's like, I just don't trust you. And Edward's like, "I told you to trust me already. I already told you I believe in you." I just think that's funny. But when you stare at me like that, I get so terrified. That's what I'm saying. Edgeworth is like too cool to be a hero of the week, you know? You're a real smooth operator, aren't you, Miles? Any other client-scaring tips you want to share? You're really not helping, Fender. And at this rate, it sounds like we really will need to question him about everything all over again. So what do you do at the circus, Simeon? I'm an animal tamer. Kind of. I'm still learning the ropes. So that's one of the things I would have guessed for him. I don't know if I said it out loud, but this case is doing stuff with animals. But what about his costume doesn't have to be related to that. He just kind of looks like a weird stoner. That's so cool. Do you get to train lions and tigers and bears and stuff? Lions, tigers, bears? Oh my. No. I work with this little guy. Oh my god. No, that's so funny. Hold up. Oh, I need to see a picture of him again. Did he have a little hat? I got too excited and I missed it. So you're not exactly a tamer, more like those old-timey organ grinders. Oh my god! Oh my god! Is that the monkey from Bear? Oh my god, I can't even talk. Am I tweaking? Is that the monkey? Money the monkey? Oh my god! I'm obsessed with him. Oh my god! Oh, okay. I was wrong. The hair is working for him. Something tells me it's the organ grinder who's being monkeyed around. When we spoke to you before, you said you worked at a company. I was telling the truth. The circus is really a company. We all have titles and everything. No, cheer up, Money. The ringmaster's the CEO, and I guess you'd call me a gopher. I even have a line manager. She's head of the animal taming department. It's part of the showbiz division. Man, this music. I'm such a big Turnabout Big Top defender. I know. I already know. But I know that there's weird stuff in Turnabout Big Top. I still like Turnabout Big Top. I'm not prepared to not like the whole thing because it's kind of weird in places. I don't defend the weird stuff, but I just think Max is amazing. I love Acro. I love Mo. She's such an inspiration. There isn't a creature in the world she couldn't convince to do her bidding. Is that Regina? Even Miles here. I'd like to see someone whip him into shape. I am not some kind of creature, Fender. So this line manager, was she working with you on the show? Yes, it was just us two. It wasn't even all that big of a job compared to what we normally do. She's usually the one performing on stage. I just do all the monkey work. Oh. I don't give a... I like him more with the monkey. I don't really care that much about this guy. Like, I don't even really know that much about him. If you want to make me, like, my eyes roll back into my head and go crazy mode, we gotta defend the monkey. We gotta defend Money. I need some stakes with Money because he's my favorite character in this game so far. But I did have a bit part this time. So only 2 members of the circus are relevant to this case. I think unless we get something else, it's Regina. Alright, talk me through your movements here at the facility. Sure. I came to see Bronco at around noon 2 days ago. Just throwing words in there. And that was when you brought in the chess set. Yes, and that same evening I started work on setting up the stage in the yard. It was so hard. I had to haul everything in by myself over multiple trips. Suspicious. Something got stowed away in there. A person or a weapon. They let us use one of the rooms in the prison for storage. Workshop A, I think. Workshop A, where Knight's body was found. You mean your boss didn't help you? Oh no, I could never ask her to shelf all that stuff around. Like I said, the monkey work's my job. I love money being surprised. So that's this case. I'm not gonna yell. This case is so good because of the animals. Every animation that these guys have where their animal gets upset or surprised or excited when they have that same emotion and they start to get animated differently and the little monkey starts chiming in and hiding his little face. I really do think in terms of like raw, like a case at a aquarium is one Ace Attorney case. A case at a TV studio. A case at a hotel. If you're just doing that few words per case, a murder at a zoo jail is the best Ace Attorney idea of all time. I'll stand on it. Once it was all set up, we did a run through and it must have been, midnight by the time I left. The next morning, I was back and ready for the show, which started at 8 a.m. Then we performed till 10. So Mr. Saint was the only one of the pair to have entered the room where the body was found. And Knight's body was found immediately after the show had ended. Do you have any... by the way, lying about this is insane. Do you have any idea why you were arrested? Like, just, hey, we're on your team. You have to tell us what's going on. Just like, no, I didn't go to the prison. I was not part of the prison show. Is like, dude. And why so quickly? I've never seen a guy get booked so fast. Surely even Little Winner wouldn't just pull somebody in on a hunch. Never underestimate the power of an underdeveloped intellect. Burn. I think I might know why. When I was moving all the stuff, I went to go see how he was doing. Bronco, I mean. You went to the holding cells on your own? Tell me you had permission. No, it wasn't a formal visit or anything, so I just sort of snuck over and hoped no one stopped me. But you'd just seen him earlier that same day. Why take the risk? I've known him since we were kids. When both of us were all alone, he doesn't have any family, you see, just like me. I knew he'd be feeling lonely, that he'd want someone to talk to, so I had to go see him. You don't have any family? For a while I had my dad, but he passed away when I was a little kid. Losing one's father as a child. I know that pain all too well. He's just like you and me, Mr. Edgeworth. Nobody's talking to you, Kay. My bad. I don't remember anything about Kay's father. But, come on. There was nobody else nearby when you went to see him. No, the other holding cells were empty, and I didn't see any guards. Well, somebody must have seen you, or you wouldn't be in there. Oh, no. I messed up so bad, didn't I? So the assumption is that something happened while the two were alone together. At least I imagine that's what be Winner and Judge Gavel's thinking. In any case, I think we'll need to speak to your boss next. Regina. It has to be Regina. Last I heard, she's supposed to be around today too, somewhere in the yard. Tell her I'm sorry, won't you? I'm so sorry. I can't believe this happened. Sure thing, Simeon. We're here for you. If there's anything else we can do, just say the word. But I mean, that is, there's nothing I can do for you in return. You don't have to worry about that. We're friends. We know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club after all. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately so, I'm afraid. That's funny. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sound of it, you had little reason to kill Knight. If anything, you're the one most affected by his passing. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. Rest assured, we believe you, and we will get you out of here. So that's the thing. Phoenix says, I don't need to hear the reasons, I believe you. Edgeworth is like, let's hear the reasons. And yeah, I did the math, and it doesn't seem like you did it, so I trust you. Good animation. Well, what do we have here? A gosh darn defense attorney, that's what. Bravo, big guy. I can't believe I'm saying it, but you even reminded me of your old man for a moment there. I did. From the Book of Gregory, an attorney is a friend to the friendless. Simeon, me bucko. This guy'll suffer any hardship for your friendship. Things are gonna be simply shiply amazing. What the? I didn't realize Talk Like a Pirate Day had come early this year, Fender. You could have given me 8 chances. I wouldn't have guessed that was a pirate voice. I would have read it like a robot before I read it like a pirate. But that's just the thing. You never know when a pirate will strike next. Anyway, kid, you want some candy? No thanks. I don't like sweet stuff. Oh, huh. Bummer. I wouldn't mind a nice ship myself. A great thief's galleon for the dread pirate K.
Yar, me hearties. We'll sail the 7 seas together and claim the greatest treasure of all, the truth.
Shiver me timbers, you two will be the death of me. Come on, let's set sail for the prison yard. But no sea shanties on the way, please. Alright, I don't want to admit it, but these 3 are growing on me as a trio. And even as a duo, Kay and Miles. Look, the shutter's open! That's the way out to the yard, I believe. Let's go take a look. Come on, what are you waiting for? Someone's excited. Music is amazing. Isn't that so interesting? Isn't that the first thing that one would notice? That big grate. And those towels that Bronco's body was wrapped up in. I wonder how people are getting around here. And maybe I'm wrong, but look at that big ass thing. And look what you could do. Take something and lower it through the fucking grate, bro. Maybe you can't cross there, but you could pass stuff between. The circus performance was taking place here just before the body was discovered. Check it out! It's like the backdrop to some epic festival. Most of the prisoners were assembled here when the body was discovered, which means that anyone who saw the show has an alibi. Okay. Alright, time to take a look around. Eee! K! Cease and desist, you beast! Move! Ah! Somebody! Ouch! Help! Ow! Me! Stay, Azia! Stay! This has to be Regina. Who's that? Oh, you found a new friend to play with. Good for you, girl. Play with? Your elephant nearly ate me. No way. She'd never do a thing like that. Azia doesn't even bite. At least not very often. So she does have a taste for human flesh. This game. How did you like meeting a real live elephant up close? Aren't you glad you did? Yeah, I'm glad I didn't die. But you did have fun, right? Right? There, sweetie, don't cry. She had a wonderful time, didn't you, Kay? Don't mislead the poor girl, Fender. She did? Oh, I'm so happy. Here, let me make it up to you. How about a hug? Hey, Fender, we're not being creepy to her. Hey. Okay, no excuse to be creepy to her ever. Let's not be creepy to her. Yeah, that checks out. He's 36. Why can't we know his age?
Ah! Keep your trunk to yourself.
Oh, another new friend. Isn't this just the best day ever? I am Associate Defense Attorney Miles Edgeworth. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Regina. It's so nice to meet you. I'm Kay, Great Thief Extraordinaire and Mr. Associate Defense Attorney's Great Associate. This self-introduction brought to you by the word convoluted. And your elephant's newest friend is Mr. Fender, the defense attorney. Oh, she's not just any elephant. That's Azia the Asian elephant. Azia stopped the second you told her to. You really have a way with animals, Regina. Well, I wouldn't be much of an animal tamer if I didn't. What? So you're Simeon's boss? That's right. Regina Berry, head of the Animal Taming Department, Showbiz Division, Berry Big Circus. It's so lovely to meet all of you. The pleasure's all ours, mademoiselle. Name's Eddie Fender. I'm a bit of an ace attorney. So much for whipping me into shape. Oh my god. Okay, the nervousness I'm feeling and expressing is because I want to like this game. I don't want this game to do anything weird. And Eddie Fender is like 40. Please be normal to her. Nothing weird's happened yet. I'm not, there's no stink, but I could like Turnabout Big Top so much more openly if they weren't fucking weird and creepy. And I want to like this, and I don't want them to be weird or creepy. What are you muttering to yourself about Kay? That positivity, that charisma, that energy. Regina, you'd make a perfect partner in crime for the Great Thief Yagatarasu. They're the same age. Great Thief? That sounds like fun. My animals and I have stolen the spotlight quite a bit in our time. That's the one thing we don't want to steal. Gotta keep it on the down low, all stealthy ninja-like. But where's the fun without a show? The down low sounds like it might get me down. Bummer. I think we've got fundamental difference of opinion going on here. It would indeed appear that negotiations have broken down. Maybe next time, Kay. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, let's get cracking. Too bad we can't see much of what's past that metal fence, though. My bad, I got distracted. Power room. Indeed, and we're in sore need of information in addition to evidence. Therefore, we should make an effort to talk with any person of interest as well. That fish. Who are you shouting at? Ponds like this usually have goldfish in them, right? I wanted to see if they'd come say hello. I only see water striders. Hey, water striders are cool. They can walk on water like ninjas. Whoosh, whoosh. Man, I wish I could do that. So much for the goldfish. Danger! High voltage! I never saw one of these in real life. Hey, that must be the fabulous garden outside the warden's office over there. Boy, doing voices for an hour. Hurts your throat. I wish this dumb barbed metal fence wasn't in the way, though. I thought it was all one big yard. Okay, I see that. I understand the layout now. Given how protective the warden seemed of her little bit of earth, I imagine it's to keep out riffraff like us. Sometimes I'll say a word wrong in the sentence and I'm like, I can still stick this landing. An Asian elephant named Azia in one of the Berry Big Circus's many animals. She certainly seems very fond of petting humans based on what we've seen. I love that they're keeping, I guess it can't walk over that thing, but like, hello. Can't it? Well, most humans. You can't just glare at her like that, Mr. Edgeworth. She'll think you're trying to show her who's boss. Are you telling me she thinks I'm one of her kind? No, just that she respects you, I guess. How comforting. Oh, don't make me talk to this fool. Hell, oh, I have to talk to him? I don't want to. A wicker basket, or rather a cart given the wheels. Oh, smells like animals. I suppose they must have been using it to move things around. Hey, wouldn't it be fun to hop in it and race down a hill? Oh, you know what else would be fun? Racing down a hill on office chairs. Where did any of that come from? Alright, I gotta bite the bullet. What's up? Who doesn't love a good circus performance, eh? A foray into the realm of fantasy. If the performance is a good one, it can certainly be entertaining, yes. Man, I'm getting pumped up just thinking about it. A chance to escape reality, however brief, can often be a powerful tonic. You got that right. Doesn't it just make you want to hug something? Like the circus? Holding a show here, right in the shadow of the fence that keeps these guys in. Guess the magic of the big top is enough to make them forget that they're in the same boat as the animals. The fence. I suppose I should examine it too. It is a part of the facility after all. Well, we missed the show, but we still got the stage and all this other stuff to check out. He's right. I should also look at the over show set and the other equipment, just in case something useful turns up. Chat over, huh? You don't really give a guy a lot to work with, Miles. Kid's really something, huh? Wish I still had a tenth of her starry-eyed outlook. I suppose that's because her head seems to be up in the clouds. Right? She's so above it all that nobody dares to go against her. Bet she doesn't even need to crack the whip once with the animals. The eyes go from starry to steely, and suddenly it's sit, stay. I can think of someone who very much enjoys cracking the whip. You can, huh? Sounds like a real piece of work. Come on, Mouserino, spill the beans. Trust me, Fender, one crack of her whip and you'll be running for the courthouse doors. Okay, not useful. This door appears to be locked. Want me to open it? Can't guarantee anything, but I'll certainly give it a try. No, if we deem it necessary, we'll simply ask for the key. Spoil sport. That could have been my chance to shine. You're free to shine somewhere else, but you'll not make an audience out of me. This must be the stage for the show. Do you think people will be interested in a great thieving show? I'm sure the police will be very eager to attend. Oh, hell no. Oh, can you get... Oh. A simple, sturdily built well. I wonder if it was the work of the prisoners. Somebody's left a bunch of tools lying around. There's a long piece of rope and a pretty heavy-looking weight. Yeah, this is 30 pounds. Okay, can you stop touching everything in sight? Come on. It's not like I was gonna take anything. What exactly were they being used for, I wonder? These chairs must have been for the audience. Wow, I'd pity whoever had to put them all away. Really? Why? You've clearly never had to fold up a bunch of boring chairs before, huh? And not personally. I've told other people to do it, though. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. You gotta roll up your sleeves and help out every once in a while. I'll consider it. That's another thing I like about Edgeworth. He is too cool to do that. Like, his character is that he's in charge and he is not getting his hands dirty. I like that. I also like that he's like down. He'll try. He's not like above it or too pretentious. He just is cool. It's not that he's trying to be cool, you know? Oh, God. I don't want to talk to this fool. I don't want to do this voice. He's overstayed his very, very, very short welcome.
Mr. Attorney, sir. And how are you today, if you don't mind me asking?
Today? We just talked to you earlier, Mr. Sawed. Bow wow. Thylacious. What the hell does that say?
Oh, heavens, I do apologize. Ever since I came to call this place home, I've been working on my interpersonal skills, you see.
In order to be as annoying as possible? I'm currently helping out with the circus's show stage, tear down, and clean up. But if you have need of me, I'll do my utmost to help. I'm just chipping in and doing what I can, model prisoner that I am. Yes, my stay in this prison has seen me reborn. The Frank saw it you see before you is a changed man. Were you trying to rob somebody? A changed man who now targets the recently deceased? No, you misunderstand. That was just a moment of madness. A moment of madness? Ugh, you're a disgrace to all thieves everywhere. You're right, of course. I can't deny it. I still have a long way to go. As a thief? Anyway, as you can see, I have a shiny new bracelet now. So it's the straight and narrow for me. Like I said, I'm a model prisoner. Not that a real model prisoner would need to keep telling me that. I'm doing everything I can to prepare for my eventual return to society. Yeah, you even skipped the show to focus on your training, didn't you? That's right. Only 2 inmates were absent. Sod and Canis. Why didn't you tell us about Mr. Canis sooner? That. Look, I don't think there's an inmate in this prison who would talk to him if they didn't have to. Well, you could say he's the real one in charge around here. Hello. Isn't that interesting? So they've mentioned that he's gotten special treatment. Extremely cool. So he is allowed to work with blades in the prison, and they said like he gets special treatment, and the warden never bothers him or whatever. So you didn't hear it from me, but well, I guess it comes with being the fixer. The fixer? Yes. Anything you need, he can get it for you. But how does he get away with it? I'm not sure, but he's the only one who does. I heard he has a secret way of getting things into the facility. I imagine being the fixer affords Canis certain privileges. Not that I concern myself with such things anymore, of course. I'm far more interested in perfecting my mud pack application technique. And what are these mud packs exactly? They're a special type of mud treatment rich with minerals. It works wonders on their coats. I've been practicing on the animals here in the prison. I hope to treat them all eventually. Speaking of mud, that reminds me of a certain piece of evidence. Maybe I should try presenting it to him. Okay. By the way, not to be like a weenie, it is a good thing. They could be a little bit more tactful with it, and maybe it's the second case and they will. But I think the way they breadcrumb you into saying, I should present something now, I'm done with this now, I can move on, I can go to the next room, I can go to the next scene, is good. And the places in Ace Attorney where you get stuck is not good. You know? I think like the times in Ace Attorney where I've just been like, what do I do? And I'm presenting every single piece of evidence to every single character. It sucks. No, you wouldn't know anything about the mud? I thought you were just talking about mud. Am I dumb? Did I make a mistake? Mud. Maybe you should try presenting it to him. Present Mr. Knight's body that had mud on it. No false pretenses. That rug on his head would say otherwise, but maybe I better keep that to myself. Something with mud. Tarp. Dog biting the victim's throat. A bracelet, a chess piece. Wiped floor. What am I misunderstanding? Speaking of mud. Oh, animal, yeah. That's the rubber glove I dropped. Would you care to explain why it's so dirty? Oh, of course. That's mud from one of the pet treatments I've been practicing. I was given one of the animals a mud pack right when the incident happened. I see. Around what time would this have been? Let's see. The show had already started, so around 9 a.m. perhaps? The thing is, the more mud I applied, the more mud in the zone I got. And the darker the animal's fur became. There's no trance quite like the trance one enters when one slathers an animal with thick black mud. I think the stress of prison might be getting to him. Of course, it's all thanks to the warden that we have access to such wonderful distractions. I'm eternally grateful. Truly I am. Is that it? Okay. Hello? I thought you might like to see this. The bracelet I broke was replaced with a new one. All thanks to you. I'm very glad to hear it. If it hadn't been for you, you lousy two-bit. I mean, if it wasn't for you, I'd still have my old busted bracelet. So yes, thank you. I'm just so grateful. He says through gritted teeth. I said it through gritted teeth. He says through gritted teeth, not sounding the least bit remorseful. Dog? Rope? It just hasn't told me that I'm done, so I'm like, Those sensors prevent inmates from moving freely around the prison. Except in your case, of course. What do you mean? I haven't done anything wrong. You're acting very suspiciously for someone who's done nothing wrong. How dare you? You mean how dare you, I assume. It's not exactly difficult to push his buttons, is it? Okay, well he said a lot of bullshit that I don't care about. Okay, bye, loser. I think I've examined everything else except, I'm assuming Regina's the big one, which is why I saved her for LAST. If you're the head of the animal taming department, you must be Mr. Saint's boss. That's right. My dad founded the very big circus, but he passed away. He was murdered. I'm sorry to hear that. So is my dad. But we have a new ringmaster now, and he's made the circus bigger and better than ever. He's such a nice man, and he was a good friend of my dad's too. Wow, that's great. Lucky you. I know, right? It was his idea to set up departments like animal training, magic, and ventriloquy. Only animal training and ventriloquy have had more than one person right now. But the very big circus is getting bigger and bigger bigger and better day by day. Sounds like you guys are really going places. They're getting on well. I'll leave them to it. Who took over? Can you tell me about the show? Did Max take over? That'd be cool. Oh, it's a wonderful thing. It even has a story. And not just any story. It's a love story. Isn't that dreamy? Sounds like a regular riot. So, who's the star of the show? Let me guess. You. No, silly. That would be Azia. That's funny. Because she is like a little center of attention girl. And she falls in love with none other than Regent the Tiger. It's a heart-rending saga of forbidden interspecies romance. Whoa, Nelly. I've heard of odd couples, but that takes the biscuit. And that's not all. There's a love triangle, too. Please be money. It's so romantic. That sounds pretty incredible, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? So, the elephant is the heroine? I suppose it's the first time for everything. And, who's the third wheel? Oh, that would be the big ol' meanie who tries to tear our star-crossed lovers apart. Please be money! Oh, what animal do you think it is, Mr. Edgeworth? Given that it's a circus, perhaps a lion? I think a raven would be cool, like the Yatagarasu. Nope, it's a sneaky monkey! Yes! That's what I'm talking about! That's certainly lowered the stakes. Oh, you mean money, right? Nope again. The role of the monkey is played by Simeon. Money's far too small to play against Azina and Regent, silly. Is money controlling Simon? Anyway, the evil villain tries to tear Azia and Regent apart. What will become of the fated twosome? It's so exciting, isn't it? Wow, it sure is. So, Mr. Saint was more than just the little helper he claims to be. Poor Simeon. It'd be terrible if he couldn't perform with us anymore. Can you tell me about how you set things up for the performance? Oh, that's not really my area. Simeon took care of all the lifting and carrying. He's such a sweetie. He offered to do everything by telling me to concentrate on the show. I did see him doing something near that well, though. Simeon. A well. I recall seeing one behind the stage. I should examine it in more detail. You should have seen him moving these huge cages around all by himself. He's a total hero. Yeah, sounds like something you would do. Weeping all the while. He was going back and forth between the yard here and some sort of workshop with all the equipment. The prison gave us special permission to use it for the storage, but he was the only one who went down there, so I don't know much more than that. The workshop must be the one where Knight's body was found. I guess this confirms that Mr. Saint was the only person to have gone to Workshop A. Well, this sucks. All we're getting is information that works against us. You have to help Simeon, Mr. Attorney. We're all counting on you. Just leave it to us. He may not look it, but Mr. Edgeworth knows how to get things done. And what exactly is he may not look it supposed to mean? He is a little self-conscious boy, too. I love him. Oh, God. Regina Cupcake. Oh, Warden Lagarde. I've been simply dying to sit you down for a chat, you exquisite little thing. Oh. Okay, I have to stop there. I have to stop there and think for an extended period of time how I'm going to do these voices differently. All right. I had so much fun. Thank you so much for watching. That was really cool. I just love this game. I love playing it. I love talking. I love doing voices. I really am having fun with this. My bad for getting so busy and not being able to post it for a long time. I like watching things in a rhythm, and I imagine that kind of was annoying. But I really appreciate the attention and you guys watching this, and please tell me what you're thinking about this. My favorite thing is hearing other people. I like the communal part of everybody playing Ace Attorney together and enjoying it, and tell me what you thought about this case and where I'm at. Peace and love. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.